Hi everyone. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about a form of generative AI that I think would be useful to use in a classroom setting, specifically in an ELA classroom. And so one of the things that I have been wondering about and trying to learn recently myself is how AI can help us to develop better research questions and help us to fine-tune our research, not to do the research for us, but to help us know what questions might be more beneficial to ask. And so today I wanted to talk a little bit about Joypanner, which is a form of chat AI, a generative AI, that allows you to discuss with a robot without it really giving you many definitive answers on its own. It can provide answers, but mostly what it does is just continue to ask you further questions, helping you think deeper about what you want to do. And hopefully that this will be a good tool for helping students think about research questions that they want to ask questions about their topic, and the AI will help them, instead of giving them research questions to ask, helping them fine-tune their own questions to create. So here, let's look at a few examples of what I did. Here's our helpful little friend, Dr. Who. So the first thing that I asked him was, can you help me write good questions? And his response, you can see, was absolutely. Let's start with this. What is the main purpose of the question you want to write? I said, I'm doing research on whether professional athletes are overpaid. And so you can see that Dr. Who, he didn't give me these long strands of text. He or she, I suppose. It didn't give me these long strands of text. It just asked questions after that point to help me think of my own questions. So that's an interesting topic. Instead of asking a question like, do you think professional athletes are overpaid? How about we dig a little deeper? What is one specific aspect of this topic that you are most interested in? And then for my response to those questions, it came up with a few more questions. And it just continues to do this throughout the entire conversation. So I ask one of my questions. I'm starting out with like yes or no questions. As you can see, like, is there anywhere better that the money could be going? And it prompts me to expand that question a little bit more to be either more specific and also so it can have a deeper answer to answer it. So then my following question is, how about this? Where do major sports corporations get their money from? So it's not a yes or no question, and it says that's a great question and asks me to consider other parts of my research, to not just focus on that one question, but to continue my research in other parts of the topic. So I really like that it encouraged you, like once you got one good question down, it didn't just say like, oh great, I'm glad I could help. It prompted me to continue asking questions and look for multiple different avenues into the answers that I wanted to find. And so I really liked this part where it tells me that was an insightful question and tells me why it was an insightful question. And then it prompts me to ask even a third question based on or related to the two previous questions that I asked. So it builds completely off of what I was going towards. It focuses on what I want to focus on my paper. And it even gave me a name for it earlier on. You could see it said, you're more interested in the economic impact and nuances of this topic. So let's delve a little deeper into that. And so when I ask my third question, do the wages of lower paying jobs in sports corporation compare with, or how do they, with local minimum wage and price of living? And it said, that's a great question again. And it tells me why it's a good question. So I really think that students could benefit from Dr. Who's or Joypanner's explanations of why their questions are good or could be better, as well as it will help them to think a little bit deeper on their own about what they really want to be focusing on and what they find interesting about the topic, which I think could be a really great tool for students who don't really know where to start with their research. And then here you can see that the Joypanner then gives me a few examples, unprompted, about what some sources could be on that topic. And then I also wanted to show that it gave me some more ideas of places that I could look for my research, and it also was able to answer my questions about SIFT. It asked me to think wisely about what sources I was using. So that's Joypanner, and I hope that you enjoy using it to apply to your classroom and help your students ask better questions. Thanks for watching.